This a little more. That's good enough. All right, YouTube folks, feel free to skip ahead about a minute. I'm going to let some people get into the chat. It's just turning 7 now, and that's when I said I'd be getting started. Oh, hey, it's the deck creator. Welcome. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a fun night. I'll do a deck tech on this in just a minute, but I want to let a few more people get in here first, so I don't have to repeat myself too much. But essentially, this is just perfect deck building, right? We've got 61 cards. We've got Veteran Explorer. We've got Emrakul. Perfect. This is gonna be great. I'm really excited for this. This is gonna be a blast. Alright, good evening everyone. My name's Phil Gallagher, and I run ThrabenU University, a site specifically for legacy death and taxes. And tonight I will be not streaming with D&T, but with this sort of sneak fit. This is a Nick Fit build that uses sneak attack as an additional enabler. So for anyone not familiar with Nick Fit, the core shell of Nick Fit is essentially Veteran Explorer plus Therapy plus Deed. Largely what you do beyond that is up to sort of the individual heart of whoever is playing the deck. So essentially the engine is you cast Veteran Explorer, and then you sack it to Cabal Therapy, or Punishing Fire it, or Decay it, or kill it with a Deed. Somehow you get this to die. It can even just, you know, block. That's a thing too. And then this dies, and you get some basic lands. So you can pull out, you know, forests, mountains, and swamps from your deck. You get 2. The nice thing about this in Legacy is that most of the time this is not a symmetrical effect. So often, Veteran Explorer accelerates you, but not your opponent. But what if my opponent did get 2 lands? Good news! You have all this awesome, huge stuff to do with your mana that's probably better than what your opponent is going to do. Yes, I did change some things about the D&T list. To just briefly show you, this is the most recent build that I am sharing with the public. There are changes to this deck list that are for the Legacy Premier League, but those deck lists have not been posted yet, so essentially, those are secrets for a few days. I have to try to go 2-0 against the people that I can beat. I'm getting paired against Julian, so like that one's a loss. So I've gotta try to go 2-0 against Malamujo and Jody Keith. So that's gonna be fun. But staying on topic. Oh, Thragtusk, you get back in there. So what big stuff are we playing? Well, we have the biggest of the big. We have Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, which you can either, you know, theoretically hardcast, or you can just sneak attack it. And a lot of the threats in this are really good to sneak attack. Alright, Thragtusk enters the battlefield, I gain 5 life, I deal 5 when it attacks, and then I create a 3/3 beast when it leaves. Solid. Woodland Bellower. When it enters the battlefield, I can search for a non-legendary green creature with converted mana cost 3 or less, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Oh, so what's that going to get? Empath, Tracker, Witness, Sakura Tribe Elder, Veteran Explorer. That's nice. Inferno Titan can just nug someone for approximately a billion D when you sneak it in. So it enters the battlefield, it does 3. It'll do 3 more when it attacks, and then it'll do 6 when it attacks as well, just from its regular combat damage. So sneaking that in is 12 damage, and if you can Fire Breathe, even better. There's also a Grave Titan in there, because it's sweet. So how are we going to go and control the board? Well, we have Punishing Fire, Grove of the Burn Willow combo for small threats. Pernicious Deed will deal with anything that's not a Planeswalker, and there's a couple of Fatal Pushes as well. There's a few sort of how to say this? There are some non-obvious synergies in this deck. So the first is Faithless Looting plus, like, a lot of the deck. So Faithless Looting is a nice red cantrip, and that's something that's really nice for Nick Fit, because a lot of times you will be looking for something to close the game with once you have sort of, like, gotten to the mid-game, and just, like, looting away the early game stuff that you don't need, or, like, cards that aren't super relevant for the matchup are great. Also, Faithless Looting is super hot with Punishing Fire. Faithless Looting. Discard 2 Punishing Fires. Grove of the Burn Willows. Gain some life. I'll get those Punishing Fires back. So that's super cool. The other thing this deck has that I love is this. Recurring Nightmare. Cube All-Star. So this is 2 and a black. Sacrifice a creature. Return Recurring Nightmare to its owner's hand. Those are both parts of the cost. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then you get to return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. So what does this mean? Faithless Looting. I'll discard Thragtusk and Grave Titan. Cast Recurring Nightmare. Recurring Nightmare. Sacrifice Veteran Explorer. Get 2 lands. Oh, I'll bring back Grave Titan. Oh, Recurring Nightmare is in my hand. Cast Recurring Nightmare. Sacrifice a zombie token. Get back some other idiot from the graveyard. Recurring Nightmare is very, very hard for combo decks to beat, and it can also accelerate you into some really stupid stuff. One of the other things that I haven't touched on yet is that this is a Green Sun Zenith toolbox deck, so I can get Thragtusk, Bellower, Marin, Fierce Empath, Tracker, Witness, Tribuilder, and Veteran Explorer. Neat. Okay, let's talk about some things that aren't in here. 1, Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor is super awkward with Deed. I've made the mistake of putting that into my my deck before. So this says destroy each artifact, creature, and enchantment with converted mana cost X or less. Normally these are templated to say non-land. This one does not say that. So that's a thing. I just want to read Marin because, like, oh, sorry, I missed Ooze. Yes, thank you. We also get the random, like, Maizu Graveyard Hate in the form of Scavenging Ooze, which main deck Graveyard Hate has been really good on Magic Online recently. I'm loving the Remorseful Cleric that I'm playing in D&T. Alright, so to read Marin real quick. So, when a creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of your end step, you choose a creature card in your graveyard. If its CMC is less than the number of experience counters you have, you put it to the battlefield. Otherwise, you get to put it into your hand. So again, with the Faithless Looting synergy, like, you can bin some creatures, play Marin, and then just start getting them back, either to play or directly to the battlefield. I think that's everything that I want to say about the main deck. The sideboard is very safe. It has Surgicals and Thoughtseizes for your combo matchups, Carpet of Flowers to accelerate versus the blue decks, Rexage and K-Command for things like D&T, Slaughter Games for combo decks, and you can cast this very early with a Veteran Explorer deck, by the way. And Edict for various decks, but largely for, like, your Reanimator, Merit Lodge type matchups. So this is not a deck list of my creation. I only changed one card. The original version of the deck that I was given by the NickFit Discord had a Nissa Vital Force in the slot where the 3rd Surgical Extraction is, but I kind of raised an eyebrow at that, and I really wanted the 3rd piece of graveyard interaction there. So you'll notice that the deck creator is with us here in the chat tonight. So he'll be giving me all sorts of useful advice and yelling at me when I make mistakes, which I really appreciate because I've not played the Sneak Fit build before. Most of the time when I've played Nick Fit, I've been playing the like mid-rangey Siege Rhino version, and this is very much not that. That's cool that Marin does all that stuff for you. When I play Nick Fit, her text reads, dies immediately, but at least your next creature won't. Yeah, that's a good point. Faithless Looting, Brainstorm with Flashback? Kind of. I can see that. Alright, so one last thing I want to say, for anyone who didn't see it, the big sort of thing that I was hiding and like trying not to talk about, and I kept saying, I'm testing for a big event, I'm testing for a big event. Well, I am playing in the Legacy Premier League. My matches will be on August 1st, I believe. Is that the Wednesday? I think it is. Yes, on August 1st. But the matches will be every Wednesday, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I have a link to that stuff below the stream. So if you haven't checked that out already, you know, please consider it. We have a lot of high-caliber players. You know, sans, you know, day two of a pro tour or something like that. This is probably about the best set of players you could possibly assemble to watch Legacy content with. So, shameless plug over. Let's battle. All right. So, this hand lacks sort of a payoff card, but I have multiple Faithless Lootings, and I can discard the second Faithless Looting with the first Faithless Looting to get a lot of graveyard-based value. I also have this recurring Nightmare, so we can potentially do something unfair. Yes, this is what I consider to be a risky hand. This can go poorly, but my opponent has already mulliganed, and I'm on the draw. Given both of those factors together, I'm going to be keeping this hand. Fish people. So I can discard a looting and one land. Next turn, I can Cabal Therapy them. Then turn 3, I can E-Wit, get back a land, Cabal Therapy a second time. Ditch Therapy and a land. Okay, I can see that. We still get the same value, and then next turn I can just, like, loot again. That's fair. I guess I don't have, like, anything all that amazing that I need to name. You know, this isn't a deck like Sneak and Show where, like, naming one critical card matters a lot. They have a lot of, like, 2-drop idiots that all roughly do the same thing. No, I'm not gonna name Merfolk Trickster. Ooh, they just don't have... They don't have stuff. On the off chance that this is a Days Merfolk build, I am going to play a land first before looting. Wait. Sorry, it just sunk in that my opponent pondered. Huh. Okay. This might be something like Wizards, actually. Do I have tutorable main deck artifact disruption? I don't think I do. Not tutorable. I'm going to hope to get a deed at some point to get rid of this. I'm gonna bin a sneak attack and a looting. I think I don't think I want to cast another looting this turn. I don't have a Dryad Arbor to get, so. Oh God! It's what is it? Cephalid breakfast. Okay. Well. All right. So I want a deed. I want a deed like now. Okay. So I can Green Sun Zenith for Veteran Explorer, sack to Cabal Therapy them. Um, huh. I can just Ewit, get back something, or I can just, like, flashback Faithless Looting to try to find a deed. Because next turn, like, deeding for 1, getting rid of the Vial and the Shuko is pretty darn good. Yeah, Legacy is, like, so amazing right now. Unquestionably. I kind of like just flashing back looting. I think I'm gonna need a deed or something of that ilk to get out of this, and I don't have a big fatty to sneak in yet. Yeah, if I Zenith for 2, I get Sakura Tribe Elder, and then if I draw a fatty, I can sneak attack. That actually might be viable, because next turn I can try to go, like, looting into fatty. Zenith can't get Empath this turn. That costs 3 mana. Yeah, I think sacking the Veteran Explorer is super risky. I think I'm going to ramp. Oh, so they get to recruit her for the pieces. That's cool. Alright, Cephalid Illusionist. So this reads, whenever it becomes a target of spell or ability, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. I also believe we are dead. But we're going to see what happens. I also, like, get to see the deck list here, which is super important. Okay, so there was days in this deck. That's good to know. Alright, so he's got the Dread Return in there. So what's the kill? He's got Mimeoplasm to copy something. What is it copying? Okay, Lord of Extinction is the missing piece. That makes sense. So so the way Mimeoplasm works is you exile 2 creatures. When you do, it enters the battlefield as one of them with additional +1/+1 counters equal to the power of the other. So it enters as a murderous red cap that gets approximately 1 billion D power. And then it deals 56 to me. Lord Darkview, they are playing Cephalid Breakfast, a combo deck based around Shuko or other zero-cost equipped things, as well as one of the Illusionist cards, or one of the things that does stuff when it enters the battlefield. So what's the other one? There's a white one. Did one not get milled? Nomads in Core is the other. So you can also use Nomads in Core with Cephalid Illusionist to do the thing. Alright. So, let me think about how I want to approach this. Surgical's probably good. I don't think I'm going to get enough value out of Carpets to want that. Thoughtseize is probably good. Slaughter Games is probably pretty great. I think I just named Cephalid Illusionist, and then life becomes very, very, very difficult. I could consider Rexage and K-Command as a way to both disrupt creatures and deal with Ether Vial. But I imagine that the Vials are going to get boarded out against the Deed deck. Alright, so let's figure out what I don't want. This isn't going to be a slow, grindy matchup, so I probably don't want Recurring Nightmare. I probably don't need, like, Marin. Can get rid of some of this grindy stuff. Probably trim one other piece of fat. Yeah, the tracker can go. I can like trim trim the lootings, thinking that like I want to combo. Inferno Titan isn't that good? Sure. Oh wait, I need to keep 61, so that's perfect. I have a deed, so I'll keep. I would like to find something like a Punishing Fire to round out this hand, though. So I think I can just attack with this Veteran Explorer, because this probably needs to live. And if my opponent gives me the lands, I can just, like, play Deed and hold up Push. Of note, I can also consider pushing my own Veteran Explorer, depending on what my opponent does. Like, I can fetch bad lands. Never mind. Not an option. And I need to kill this one right now. Otherwise, when this resolves, my opponent can just, like, activate this infinitely. Okay, so let me just confirm what land I want. I have red, I need black, so I can get either Swamp Bayou or Badlands. I don't need to be worried about Wasteland. If I draw Witness or equivalent, I probably want the other Bayou. Well, walls. That should mean I'm just dead again. Alright. Alright. We just came here to cast a bunch of big fun things. But my opponent cast more fun things that cost less mana, so they had their fun before I had my fun. Alright. Yeah, so for anyone who missed the kill last time around, what would have happened is they would have gotten 3 Narcomoebas, then Dread returned a Mameaplasm that entered as a copy of Murderous Redcap, exiling a Lord of Extinction to make it huge. I mean, any deck would have needed 2 different pieces of interaction by turn 2 in order to disrupt that. So that was, like, D&T would have lost in that spot, right? Like, Swords to Plowshare is your thing. Oop, Force. Nope. Okay, done. So it's a very quick combo, but it can be attacked from a lot of different angles. Like, it can get broken up by Spot Disruption, it can be broken up by Graveyard Hate, so it's not always the best thing. So this is a hand that would probably be keepable if I had a Dryad Arbor in my deck, but that card's terrible, and I don't have that, so this is a mulligan. I don't want to, like, risk this entire hand on drawing a second land to be able to play Sakura Tribe Elder. That just doesn't sound awesome. I can't even, like, cast these Cobalt Therapies right now. This can go somewhere. And I will take that land. Alright, so this is either burn or red prison. Awkwardly, if I fetch a basic forest here, I won't have access to black, but as soon as this dies, I will. So I will just fetch the forest. Well, we just lost a cephalid breakfast, so... Good? I think that's good. I think that's good. Well, I think I'm gonna block. I don't know what I'll do next turn, but some recurring Nightmare Grave Titan loops are in my opponent's future. I don't know if my opponent has played against Nick Fit before. This seems like a mistake. Like, any other thing you could have played was probably better. Alright, so they'll probably give me all the mountains I need. So I will get a forest and a swamp. And they didn't have a follow-up play. Neat. Okay, so I can just Tireless Tracker and play a land. I can Green Sun Zenith for up to 3. So I could Green Sun Zenith for Empath. Do I have a sneak attack? Oh, no, I don't have a sneak attack. So I can also just get a second Explorer, and he has to attack into it again. That seems solid. And then I can just, like, start casting huge dumb stuff, never have to worry about Moon. Like, I'll get Woodland Bellower, and then I can start, like, recurring Nightmare Grave Titan loops. Deal. We are not playing Recurring Nightmare to be mana efficient. We are playing Recurring Nightmare to do dirty things. I can, like, save 2 damage, or I can just kill a goblin. Killing a goblin's probably better. So I can get the second black for hard-casting Grave Titan, and I don't think I need the second red right now, so I'm going to get a third forest because I have a lot of green things in my hand. And it's possible I might need to do something like Woodland Bellower plus a second thing in one turn. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My stuff's not going to be able to attack right away, but that's not really that big of a deal. Do I need to Bellower for anything? So this can get non-legendary CMC 3 or less. No, I don't really need to do that right now. I probably just Grave Titan this turn. Create some idiots. The idiots can attack underneath Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, I agree. Like, do I just want to Bellower now, or do I wait until I get locked out? Because I can just, like, Grave Titan this turn to stabilize the board and create some idiots that might be able to attack in. I don't know, though. Like, he has so much land, I gave him a bunch. So he can probably go Hellbent next turn. But I don't think I'm in any hurry. Like, this just gives me bodies to throw away with Recurrent Nightmare. Alright, everything is very mountains. Very Ensnaring Bridge. Do I just want to play Tireless Tracker first? Draw a bunch of extra cards. Because I can go 3 mana Tireless Tracker, play land, Recurring Nightmare, out a zombie for a Veteran Explorer to start with. Or at least just like put it in play so I can do something with it next turn. My opponent can't get rid of this. I like playing the tracker. How many basics do I have in my deck? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 basics. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can still get 2 more lands. So let's ride that value train. I don't even need the Green Sun for anything yet. I can get Witness later, though, which will be pretty good. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That leaves me with 1 extra mana this turn. Oh wait, no, I can just Nightmare first, right? So I go 1, 2, 3. That leaves me with 4. I fetch 2 basics out of my deck. That's 5, 6, and yeah. Winning's easy. So Bellower gets Empath. Next turn, or no, that's now. Empath gets Inferno Titan, and I can Inferno Titan Recurring Nightmare every turn for the rest of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. So I have no more basics, so I don't really need to sacrifice Veteran Explorer. I guess I can, like, loop this with Grave Titan, because that seems sweet. Oops. Do I want a green sun for anything at 2? Not really. Crack a clue, though. Sweet, a Punishing Fire. That'll take some time off the clock. Completely normal mid-range mirror, yes, that is accurate. I guess at some point I should just, like, Punishing Fire that Rebel Master, so he stops making tokens that can attack. Not that he's getting through, but... Get Marin with Green Sun's in it. Yeah, okay. Alright, Chalice on 3. So I can deed that away, I can decay that away. I can also just, like, Punishing Fire them out, and that's not the end of the world either. I can just get Marin as well. Never mind, can't deed it. So I can Marin get back Inferno Titan. I can try to draw to the 1 decay. Ooh. Okay, yeah, not gonna completely Punishing Fire them out. It's got interesting all of a sudden. Alright, I'm gonna get a Marin, because, like, that's something I absolutely want to happen. Nope, no, I need to click on this. Keep this looting. I don't think I need the therapy. That can hang out in the graveyard, and that can let me sacrifice Inferno Titan for more damage. I guess I'll draw a card first. See if we have the Vampire Nighthawk over there. He does not. Actually, I won't Punishing Fire that Rabble Master. Because it's very likely that I'll want to Punishing Fire my opponent. I have 6, otherwise I could have cracked a clue. Now we'll see if he has Lash Writhe. Did not have Lash Writhe. Weird, what is opponent even doing over there? So Marin's on the stack first. Oh, okay, this is going to take a little longer than I wanted to, but that's fine. Good job, Karn. You're doing things. You can have a Chalice of the Void. Because I don't need to cast anything else this game in order to win. Yeah, that would have been a great line. We could have done that. However, we didn't. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Yay! We were getting close to Emrakul. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I was one off. Alright. So I definitely like K-Command. I like Rex Sage. Would consider, like, Thoughtseize Slaughter Games. Man, that was so weird. Scavenging Ooze doesn't seem particularly useful. Push is probably not great either. This deck's super fun. Like, this would be a deck where, like, if I actually wanted to play this, I would need to, like, sit down and play a lot of games in order to be able to play this quickly and, like, not stumble through turns like I'm currently doing. Wow. Hello, Cyrus. Welcome. You want to raid me, do you? Well, I'll have you know that if you raid me, beware, because we just sneak attack Inferno Titan Marin looped a kill through Ensnaring Bridge, so things are real weird in this channel right now. I'll probably just trim up Punishing Fire. Like, since my opponent has so many Blood Moons, and some are still probably going to be in the deck, I'm not guaranteed to get that lock going. Yes, this is good deck building. 61 cards, a curve going from 1 to 15. It's most excellent. And, like, really, there's so many, like, cute little synergies with this deck. I'm having a lot of fun. So this can go, like, the slow way. I therapy something critical on turn 1. Turn 2, I play a Tribe Elder unless my opponent has Blood Moon. I have a Rex Sage for, like, a Blood Moon or a Bridge, but I don't have guaranteed green mana. Well, I do if I don't get Moon turn 2. This is clunky. I think it's fine, though. Like, I have a way to get a basic. I have a piece of interaction. No. Yeah, I probably should have therapied on 1 to put it in the graveyard so that I can sack a Veteran Explorer that a Green Sun Zenith out. Okay. Do I want to sack the Tribe Elder? I think I do want to sack the Tribe Elder. You don't have to tell me to slaughter game Chandra. I've played enough of Red Prison to know that that is correct. All right, so they have Bridge and Ferry, and only 2 Chandras. Okay. I did that wrong. I think since I did it wrong, I am just going to wait. Yeah, so now I'll sneak both of these in later on. Actually, let's do this. Not how that card works. Should have attacked first. I'm playing very quickly here. Well, I knew the fairy was in the hand. That wasn't blind. My green sunning 4. Probably tracker. Or just Bellower. No, I want to... Oh no, there's bridges. And just get Marin. And then I can, like, Marin, get back Rex Sage, sneak attack that, repeat all the time. I know this is not optimal. I'm doing this for F6 value. Yeah, currently I only need to do that twice, so that's fine. So I can Eternal Witness back something. I don't really need to right now, though. You can talk to me about punts when we're not playing with 0 time to think about plays. How about that?